up? It's the girl with the 411 Nella D here with a very special guest, my girl, straight out of Cleveland with it too. Ty Bri, what's going on, baby?
Hey, Nella girl.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's the holiday season. I'm feeling good.
Man, and you actually got a lot of good stuff going on right now. So you got a reason to be feeling good. But before we get into all that, let's just talk about how everything started. Now, I know you from Cleveland. What part of Cleveland are you from, though?
I'm from East Cleveland, like kind of the roughest part of Cleveland. And I love East Cleveland though.
Yeah, so what was it like for you being a young woman growing up on the east side?
It was hard. Like I had to find myself, I had to, see, like I had to figure out who I was. Being in a city like East Cleveland, people would try to like pick at you and discourage you from certain things. So I really had to get like tough skin and really like mold myself into the person that I wanted to be versus being a follower and following people trends and getting in trouble. I had to like, maneuver and get in my own lane.
Yeah. So it could be, I'm from Ohio. So Ohio is yeah, it's a tough crowd.
Yeah, for sure.
Ohio is tough, and not only is the guys tough, but the girls is tough too. Like we are really like strong. We very opinionated.
We don't play.
We do not play at all, and it's crazy that led you to being like the first female rapper to really break through for Cleveland. Yeah. You kind of feel like sometimes you got a lot on your shoulders with that.
Yes, I really do. I deal with that like almost every day, just the weight of just being, like once you get to a certain point, it's like it's a lot of barriers that comes with the growth. So at times it definitely gets hard. It's definitely a lot of weight, but I'm learning to like push through it and use like turn the negatives into positives and use certain things as fuel.
For sure. That's how you got to do it. So when did you know that you really wanted to get into music? Like when did music get really introduced to you to where you was like, this is for me. This is going to be what I do?
Honestly, I always just been a music head. I just love music. It always like been therapy for me. Whenever I felt any type of way, I would listen to music. I started reading music when I was in the 4th grade. I was playing different instruments, and I don't know. It's just a part of my life ever since I was a kid. So growing up, I didn't know that I wanted to actually be a rapper. I knew that I wanted to be an artist of some kind, like a singer, but I didn't know that it would be rap. But I just was good with my words. Yeah. And I used to write down like poetry and stuff. So that's how rapping came about, because I learned that I was really fluent with words in my mouth.
Yeah. So that's dope. Somebody had told me that. They was like, she was really into poetry. So that really got you into being like that poetry, knowing how to put those words together. It's like, look, let me put this on a track and make this come about. And I can say too, that, the first single out that took off was that Candy Lady. And I was like, oh, this girl, she talking some shit on here. Did you know that Candy Lady would be the single that took you through Ohio and branched you out that market? Did you think it would be Candy Lady?
No, I'm not gonna say that I knew it. Like I knew when I made the song that the song was fire, but honestly, I didn't know the ropes about like the business part. So I just wanted to just put music out. I didn't know that, I honestly, the record took off before I personally was at that level. So I wasn't even really ready for it. So in the midst of me being like kind of like growing into like a celebrity in my city, I'm still doing regular stuff. I had to adjust. I did not know that it was going to turn out like that, and that every time I dropped the record that I was going to get bigger and bigger. I didn't know.
Yeah, and I mean it went nuts. And I mean the kids from the kids at high schools. I remember you came here to Cincinnati and was doing pep rallies, the kids singing it, and I even know at home the kids went nuts. How does that feel, knowing that you have a lot of the youth kind of looking up to you and knowing the lyrics to your songs and singing them? Like, how does that feel?
I think honestly that's when you know you got something. Because if kids don't like the song, or like if it's not catchy to them, 9 times out of 10 it's really not like a good song. It's not really like a hit, like as far as like radio and streaming it. So when I started going to high schools and surprising the kids, and when they like start running up to me, crowding around me, I used to be like, dang, like these kids really love that. I knew like, all right, now I really got something here. Like, okay. Yeah. So it made me feel good. I used to be a little like kind of claustrophobic, like, ooh, it's too much. But I got used to it.
Yeah, it's definitely different. And it's like you said, especially when you weren't expecting it to be like that. And it can be overwhelming a little bit at first, but you end up learning to embrace it. So I know too, you actually made the transition out of Cleveland, living in Atlanta now. Tell me, what made you decide to be like, you know what, I love home, but I'm gonna go ahead and move to a bigger market. What made you decide to do that?
Honestly, for me, it's more so of like the appreciation. You know, I feel like if you stay in your city and you really consider yourself a real artist, if you stay in your city, I don't think they value as much versus when you leave. Because like they feel like you're too accessible and you're there, oh, she ain't nobody here. So I had to get up and leave in order for me to grow. I had to leave so that I can expand and, you know, take my music to another level, get in the studio. Because I was really coming down here like twice a month when I was living in Cleveland just to record music or, you know, just to do business. And I'm like, you know what, I need to just move to Atlanta because I've outgrown Ohio. I'm kind of over it. I have to leave. So that was where my head was at. I'm like, you know, it's time for me to go. It was just my time to leave.
For sure. So what's been some of the good things about Atlanta that you've experienced so far with being down there?
What I've experienced is that a lot of the things that I used to like, oh my God, I can't wait to do that. It's right here at my fingertips. So I love that. I love the fact that I can just go pull up and do certain interviews, and I can go pull up and get in the studio with bigger producers and work with people that's really established that I can learn from. It's not too many people that I can really learn from in Cleveland. I really used to like have to tweak my own music and kind of produce myself as far as like my sound and everything. Like I had to do so much more, and I wasn't really able to, like my music wasn't changing, and I wanted my music to get more, you know, just I wanted it to get better, you know, and have more substance to it. So in Atlanta, these producers, they've been doing this since they was kids like me. They love it. This is their everyday life. They live for it. So like the feeling is mutual when it comes to music in Atlanta.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely such a it's like everyone gets it per se.
Yeah, like they get it. It's normal. It's the norm to them. Like it's like it's not nothing. Like they be like, oh yeah, that ain't nothing. Versus if going to the studio or somewhere in Cleveland, they be like, what? Dub, ad-libs, dubs, what's in and out? What, like they don't be knowing. Well, I be like, God, I gotta teach y'all everything.
But that's what happens when you one of the people that's like, you know, leading the city, you know, you always gonna have to teach. So I know too as well, you got this new single out right now, 4-1. Talk to me about that single. It's hot too. I listen to it. It's fire.
So I definitely, before I moved to Atlanta, I recorded that record. I recorded it here. And I was in the studio with Needles, and I had, you know, a couple of my industry friends in the studio with me. And it was just a vibe that night. And we was really in there just like, we playing the beat, and we was really just in there just talking stuff. And I'm like, you know what, for one, I know basic. And then we just start like vibing to it. And it just went from there. So Needles is a very big producer. He produces for Cardi B. He's Grammy nominated. He produced for Bruno Mars, Kehlani, P&B Rock. So that was definitely a fun experience making that record and just being around just like the love and just good music. It was fun creating that song.
I can tell you had fun making it because it sound like that. That record is a record. I turned it on, I was like, okay. Like I wanted to
Okay.
I wanted to
Yeah,
just would heard it. So that's definitely a record that I can see going nuts too. You got this record out with DJ Ryan Wolf right now, Soulja Boy.
yeah.
Yeah,
It
that
go.
yes,
Is that it go? Oh no, is it
I'll hit it.
Hit it. Cause I
Yeah.
have another record, It Go, with Erica Banks and me and Preem. So I keep getting them songs mixed up. But yeah, definitely Hit It with Soulja Boy. I love that song too. It's so fun. I'm the first female, to have a song with Soulja Boy.
Okay, put it in the air. Period.
For real now.
So what was it like? I know Ryan Wolf. What was it like when he hit you up, letting you know, like, hey, I want you on my record. I'm producing with Soulja Boy and other artists from Cleveland. How did that come about?
Honestly, they wanted to get on my record. Honestly, I was the first person to put a verse on it.
Okay.
Before anybody got on it, I was the first person to put a verse on it. It was just me. I kind of created like the base of the song. It was the hook already, but I kind of like created like the kind of like the vibe is when it comes to like the verses. So it wasn't my record. I wanted to have asked me like, you wanted me to do a verse? And I'm like, okay, I'll come to the studio. And I did the verse, and then they loved the song. So that's what made them want to put Soulja Boy on it, put Aki on it, and just make it a bigger thing. So,
For sure.
no, it was me.
Like, you was the one who started it, okay? I like that. So I know too, you're a mom, and I know, being an artist is a lot of work, a lot of dedication. You always got to be in the studio. You got to do interviews. You got to keep yourself up, photo shoots, all this type of stuff. How do you balance that with being a mom too? Because I know being a mom is such it's like the number one job that you have for sure. So how do you balance all that?
It's a task, honestly. Like at first, when I first started having to move around and leave my daughter, it used to like take a toll on me emotionally, because I used to be like, dang, I got a daughter. Like, I don't even have a little boy. I got a daughter, so she need me to be there with her. But fortunately, she have a good supportive dad. I have a supportive so I have a very good support system as far as like my mom and her grandparents. So that's really how I'm able to balance it, because they are there to have my back and really take care of her when I can't be there. And I know that she's in good hands. So it kind of makes me feel better. It's a relief, because at first I was just like, I can't do this. Like, I miss my kid. I'm on the road in my hotel crying. Like, I miss my baby. I haven't been home in a week and a half. And she said she missed me. It was a lot at first, but until I started to notice, like, okay, I'm doing this for her future. If I don't do this, if I do sit around, then she gonna be crying later. So I could just bite the bullet now and put the hard work in, so she can reap the good benefits once she gets older.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of the your counterparts, they got kids too and have that same battle. Cardi B, I know you and her are super cool. You was at her birthday party.
Yeah, that's my girl. I love Cardi.
Yeah, and I know she embraced you. I seen her tweet out like your video and stuff before. So how your relationship like?
She's very supportive of me and my music, and just like when I met her in New York. She came to the studio. We talked. She got up out her bed at like 12 a.m. She was in bed with Culture. She got up to meet me and talk to me and give me advice, and invited me to her birthday party to come and mingle and just like, get a different experience. I was just so used to being in Ohio, being in Cleveland and doing Cleveland things. So she definitely gave me the opportunity to like expand and get my foot in the door and get my face recognition and being able to network with bigger artists. So I definitely support Cardi, because she support me. So
yeah, for sure. And I feel like you and Cardi got a lot similarities, because Cardi is that artist too where she gonna say how she feels, she don't care. And I feel like you definitely will pop.
That's really
you one of them people that's like, look, do not play with me. Like, I'm cool, but I'm willing to pop my shit.
I'm very blunt. Like, I'm not rude with it, but I am very blunt. Sometimes I gotta catch myself like, bro, have a filter between your brain and your mouth, because it's me just keeping it real a lot of time, and sometimes people just can't take that. So sometimes I gotta pipe it down a little bit, but I'm just a blunt person, and I don't like to make people feel uncomfortable, but I be wanting people to you know, just let's be on the same page. Let's keep it real. Like,
Period.
that's just,
And I think that's just some Ohio shit. Like for any
yeah.
female that's from Ohio, you just can't help it but to just pop your shit.
I think that's why a lot of the females like support me and can relate to me, because I could be an example for like us, like our hometown, Ohio, how we are as females. Like I can be an advocate for that, because that's really truly who I am. I can't hide it. I'm not gonna change who I am. I'm not gonna change who I am so I can fit in with people. I'm gonna be me, because people love me. They gonna love a real personality.
Yeah, you gotta be you. So what else do you got coming up? You know that this year is like basically over with. 2021 is over with, but I know for that top of the year, I know you gotta be excited about 2022. So what you got coming up?
So right now, I'm focusing on my single For One. We're going to continue to push that. Like I told you, it's produced by Needles. So we definitely going crazy with For One. And, you know, that's going to be leading up into the new year. So we're going to do a run around like the Midwest just to spread the record out some more and get it more recognition. And my birthday coming up, January 24th. They know I'm going to pop it. I'm going to pop it. I'm going to period.
I better be invited to whatever party.
I better, you know you're going to get an invite. You know you're going to get an invite.
If it's in Cleveland, wherever, Atlanta, I don't care. I'm coming. Let me know.
So I might have like a mixer or something for my birthday. So I'll definitely keep you in mind as far as like DJs and hosting and stuff like that. So, you know, if I do have a birthday party or a dinner, you have dibs on that invite.
I'm talking about, well, you know what? I'm like super excited for this single For One. It's just as fire as the other ones that you have put out. So I'm like, hey, here in Cincinnati, it's on. We supporting the record for sure. We gonna make sure we spinning it. I'm pretty sure the DJs already got it, because you know Hef know how to.
You know we sent the blast to everybody.
I got it in my email for sure, ASAP. So we're gonna be supporting hands down. So before we get out of here though, you gotta make me a drop. You already know you done made me plenty of drops before, but I need a new one. Okay, let them know you rock out with.
So what you want me to say?
You gotta let them know you rock out with 411 Uncut.
Okay. What's up? It's your girl Ty Bri, and I'm rocking out with 441 Uncut. Oh wait, what is it? 444?
411.
411. Okay, let me start over. Hey, what's up? It's Ty Bri, and I'm rocking with Melody at 411 Uncut. You already know what it is. Cincinnati,
Hey, period. Thank you so much. Keep your foot on their neck, man. Stay focused. Stay out of whatever drama, whatever. Keep it lit, because you passed all of that. So make sure you keep turning up. Keep putting on for not only Cleveland, but Ohio. We all watching and we all supporting. So keep putting on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you for taking the time out to talk to me. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at Real Ty Bri. Follow me on Twitter at Ty Bri. Make sure y'all stream my new single For One on all platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Tidal, all of that.
All of that is there. 4-1 Ty Bri, my girl, checking in out of Cleveland, man, doing her thing in Ohio. We love it, period. Thank you so much, boo.
Thank you.